Hi, I'm Autumn Armstrong, and today we're talking about the Marvels. Now, I wanted to like this movie, and I did somewhat. There's just a lot of confusing bits and pieces in this film. I don't know who it's for. There's a lot of big science terms thrown around. They don't explain much. They just assume that you watched all the Marvel movies like I did, and most of the TV shows as well on Disney Plus. I did see WandaVision, and I liked it, but I did not see Miss Marvel. And now I kind of wish I did because I feel like I'm missing parts that are maybe important. For those that don't know, the Marvels is comprised of Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. They haven't picked a code name for her yet. I'm voting for Professor Marvel because it's kind of badass. This movie opens on a really hot planet. Very fiery. I think it's a planet. It does not look fun to be on. You see some Kree ships, and you don't know they're Kree ships unless you have seen Marvel movies and are familiar with how Kree ships look, because they don't tell you nothing. And then all of a sudden they on like a moon-like planet. It's like the opposite of the hot planet. There's this silver-haired lady named Darben. They also call them Supremo. I don't know if I like that. I've been trying to sit with it. I don't like it. I'll take Darben. She summons this rock. She smashes the rock, sifts through the mess, and finds a really cool new bracelet. Puts it on, and she's like, well, where's the other one? The other one is in New Jersey. We get to meet Kamala Khan, who is also Miss Marvel. She is also a very good artist. She's just like drawing her own comic book that animates itself. It's really cool. She's very obsessed with Captain Marvel, though, to kind of like a concerning level. Her room is covered with pictures of Captain Marvel. Here's my problem with that. I've been a teenage girl, and I've also covered a part of my room with pictures from magazines, but it was various artists. It was never an off-putting shrine to one human being. And I do understand Captain Marvel is a different kind of human being, but you also find Captain Marvel kind of suck the more you learn about them. All of a sudden, light flashes on her little cool bracelet, because she has a cool bracelet, forgot to tell you, and it starts glowing out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden she smashes into the closet. We get to see Captain Marvel in her spaceship doing the memory thing that she was doing in the Captain Marvel movie, where she's like wearing this cool headband. There's a lot of jewelry in this movie. It's used to like filter through your memories, and you can actually like filter through them in a group if you want. It's an interesting piece of technology, very convenient for a plot. She's trying to retrieve memories that the Kree had zapped out of her head. I think that's what happened. I don't know, but it's been 30 years. Feels like she's been searching a long time. It's giving us a bunch of exposition from what happened in Captain Marvel, which is interesting because they didn't do that for Kamala or for Monica Rambeau. That's very rude. Would have been helpful. Captain Marvel wakes up out of a sleep and she gets a call from Nick Fury. Now, I love Samuel L. Jackson. He is a treasure and a delight, and we should use him more in more movies. Give him more money. He's amazing. He asked her to go check a disturbance in the Force, basically. It's like a jump point that's glitching. He's like, what is this? Which I also think is interesting that he called Captain Marvel. Couldn't he have called someone else? Are there no more other superheroes? I thought we only called her when it was a grave and dangerous emergency. There have been many times they should have called Captain Marvel to assist in a problem, and they didn't. Or she was busy. Is she an electrician? I don't understand why you would call her for the jump point thing, plot device. She goes off into space without a spacesuit, which is interesting. She can fly through space without a spacesuit. So can Goose, her cat. He's not really a cat. He has tentacles that come out of his mouth and pull you into an everlasting dimension. If you've never seen these movies, it just sounds like a bunch of nonsense. They land on the moon planet that Darben was on earlier with the rock and stuff and the bracelet. And there's also a jump point right above me, and the jump point doesn't look right. So she's going up towards the jump point. Again, why is it her job? Isn't there somebody else up there? Anyways, she's like, I want to touch it. But meanwhile, while she's about to touch this thing she shouldn't touch, Nick Fury has Monica Rambeau on three-way. Now, in case you haven't seen any of these movies before, like you should have, do your homework. Monica Rambeau is Captain Marvel's best friend's daughter. It's convoluted, I know. But they haven't talked to each other in 30 years. And because of space magic, Captain Marvel has not aged in 30 years. Monica and Captain Marvel are basically the same age. They're having this awkward three-way call. She's like, Fury, I don't think this is the time. But Monica is, for some reason, about to touch also a strange space thingy that she should be not touching. And they're both about to touch it at the same time from different points. So they do that, and when they do that, they all switch places. When I say all, I mean, Monica, Captain Marvel, and Kamala. They do the old switcheroo. So now Kamala's in space. Fortunately, she's in a spacesuit because Monica needs a spacesuit. Thank God she wasn't switched with Captain Marvel. That seems irresponsible now. Monica is on the space moon. Captain Marvel is in Kamala's terrifying shrine of a room. All of the walls are covered with pictures and drawings of my face. That is horror movie level stuff. That's why it's a mistake to make Kamala this obsessed with Captain Marvel. That's concerning. Give this girl a hobby. Captain Marvel sees the terrifying shrine, goes down, sees Kamala's family, and she's like, dope house, gotta go. So she flies off into space. She ends up on the Kree ship. And she just flies up on that Kree ship. Nobody detects it. Is that how spaceships work? Who is this movie for? So then we get an info card for Tarnak. Now, if you haven't been watching the Marvel movies in general, the Skrulls, you don't understand how sad these people's story is. Basically, they're refugees. They have no home planet and they're searching for a home planet. The place that they're right now, Tarnax, is just a little refugee camp. Doesn't look like a refugee camp, but that's what it is. I mean, it looks really nice. So Darben is talking to the Skrulls and she's telling them, yo, I'm about to relocate y'all because I'm about to steal the atmosphere. Whose home planet is this? And why can't all the Skrull refugees come to Tarnax? I don't understand that. Who else is living here? And why don't they warn the other inhabitants of Tarnak that the atmosphere is about to be stolen? Seems important. Kamala, she gets switched with Captain Marvel while she's fighting some people on the ship that's right above Tarnak. It's terrifying for a teenage girl. But anyways, she grabs Goose. She's like, oh, hey, Goose. Goose eats some guys because she uses her powers again. It switches her back to her house. She's trying to explain to her family about the terror cat that she's holding. I'm like, why are you still holding it? I mean, I guess it is protecting you, so that is good. It's protecting you. So she's trying to explain to her family that it has tentacles, and then it shows the tentacles, and then it spits out the people that it first consumed. Now, these are Kree soldiers. Here's the interesting thing about Kree soldiers. They all look vastly different. I don't know if that's just like a commentary on race. I have no idea. Like, some Kree people look like humans and all colors of the rainbow. Some Kree people just are blue. Is it war paint? Like, I just don't, why don't they all have it? Like, oh, so confusing. I like Kamala's family because they immediately jump into action. They're fighting these guys with mops. It's pretty impressive, I would have to say. I'm gonna watch the Miss Marvel show now. Fury and Monica Rambeau kind of figure out, like, oh, you guys are switching when you're using your powers. He also tells her to stop touching stuff that she shouldn't be touching. That's a very good point. Why did you guys touch it? The Kree soldiers keep calling Captain Marvel the Annihilator. But she does keep annihilating stuff, smiling while doing it, which is a little unsettling. Shouldn't enjoy it so much. I feel like if I had to annihilate anything, I would not be strong about it. I'd be crying everywhere. This is why I don't murder. I would definitely get caught. Just DNA, tears, and vomit. What are Monica's powers? Like I said, they keep on throwing around a lot of sciencey words and terms. Just say she has light powers, man. I don't know. Say it so like a dumb person that's not me would understand. Please? That'd be nice. Everybody switches back into their normal places. Kamala's family is hissed, understandably. The house is destroyed. There's a hole in the roof. But they have misplaced anger. What is Kamala gonna do? The doorbell rings, and it's Fury and Monica. They're there to explain things and also take the Kree soldiers away that Kamala and her family had managed to tie up. Yo, I want them if I ever get into a fight. We find out what SABRE stands for. And I need to read from my notes to actually, because it's a lot of big words. SABRE stands for Strategic Aerospace Biophysics and Exolinguistic Response. I feel like that doesn't make SABRE, but I'm gonna go with it. They also explain that Miss Marvel has hard light powers. So she basically can make physical matter out of light. And it's always purple pink light, which is kind of cool. Captain Marvel can absorb light. Here's my issue with the Monica powers. The explanation for her powers keeps changing, and it does not describe what her powers actually are. Like Monica's powers? What are her powers? What are her powers? They describe it as she can see light energy. She can see light energy. I don't even understand how that's a real real power, but whatever, Marvel. Because really what it looks like is she can zip zap stuff with her hands, and she also can become invisible, but like a ghost? Kamala desperately wants to prove herself, so she tries to do a power thing. She immediately switches places with Captain Marvel. Cap is like, oh, my bad. So she goes outside, blasts off into the sky again to try and fly away, and as soon as she's like a mile up, she switches with Kamala. Kamala is falling to the earth so fast and screaming, poor baby. Monica does not know if she can fly yet. Fury's like, you better learn. So she's trying, and he finally yells out, Black Girl Magic. No. Black Girl Magic! And she does it. It's kind of amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Before Captain Marvel flies off into the space, she and Monica Rambeau have a moment, since this is the first time they've seen each other face to face in 30 years. That's crazy. She's like, how'd you get powers? She said, I walked through a witch hex. Okay. Well, it is a comic book thing, so whatever. She jumps up into the sky and she tries to grab Kamala, but like I said, we don't really understand her powers because nobody understands her powers. She activates her ghost powers and Kamala just falls through her hands, and she's like, well, I guess while I'm flying, I can't hold you. And then finally Kamala uses her powers and switches with Captain Marvel at the very last second. Monica and Kamala switch too. I don't understand why does Dar-Benn never switch with them? Isn't she connected because she has the bracelet? Why wouldn't she switch too? But anyways, so Monica and Kamala are now on the Kree ship, and the Kree are like, who the hell is this? Dar-Benn is like, it doesn't even, okay, they must be with her. Make the portal before the Annihilator comes back. And they're like, okay. And then they're like, what are we gonna do with them? And she's like, I don't know, kill them? Finally, Captain Marvel flies back. She's apparently very fast at flying. Or how close is Tarnax to Earth? Is she flying through jump points without a spacesuit? So it's the first time that they're meeting. So Kamala immediately starts freaking out. Cap is like, chill your butt. Can Dar-Benn fly? Because she just free falls off at the end of the spaceship, and Monica and Captain follow her. They can fly. Kamala can't fly. Why can Dar-Benn fly? Is it because she's a Kree? Can the Kree fly? I wish somebody would explain things more. Dar-Benn is like, yo, I'm taking this atmosphere. And the people are like, oh snaps, we need atmosphere. But she's like, too bad. So she creates a jump point in the sky with her bracelet, and it looks like a bad jump point. Like, I don't know if you've seen jump points. This jump point does not look steady. All the atmosphere starts sucking up into the thing. Here's my other thing. Did she have to do it directly over the Skrull compound? Like, that seems purposeful and mean. Why does everybody hate the Skrulls? They're trying to escape in spaceships. Spaceships are getting sucked into the portal. It's chaos. And all the Marvels are trying to help the people. They don't know how to work together. They haven't figured out how to be a team. They're having a bad time. They save as many people as they possibly can. They get on a spaceship and they fly out to space. The Skrull leader goes over to Captain Marvel and he was like, yo, we don't need your help no more because look what happened. And she was like, well, I do have a friend that wants to come and help y'all. Is that cool? And the Skrull guy was like, we have no other option. So okay. Valkyrie comes and takes all the Skrulls. There looks like there's something cute between Valkyrie and Captain, but they don't even like go beyond anything with that Hala, which is the fiery planet from before. It reminds me of what the Matrix would look like if it was real life. When the machines take over and all the people were wearing homemade breathing apparatuses. That was interesting. When did everybody learn how to do that? Where did you find those? How was there enough for everybody? There couldn't have been enough for everybody. I'm sure a lot of people died. We get an explanation of why Captain Marvel is called the Annihilator by the Kree. She apparently destroyed everything. They have no air, no sun, and no water. How have they lived this long? Captain Marvel has she has a history of doing this. I don't like it. I wish they would hold her accountable. She apologizes, but it feels like it should be bigger. She doesn't keep her promises. They talk about the bracelets and how Dar-Benn has a bracelet, Kamala has a bracelet, and they're like the same bracelet. They need each other. Dar-Benn has been creating these jump points using her brand new shiny bracelet. She needs both if she wants to create stable jump points, so that's why they are all shaky and suspect. To discover where Dar-Benn might be going next, they gotta access their memories, so Captain gives them the creepy headbands. For some reason, she has 3. How many do you have? They're shifting through the memories of the spaceship. They find the map, but then for some reason, Captain Marvel also slips in a memory of Monica Rambeau's mom, and also like a tender memory between her and Monica when Monica was a little baby. That's interesting. You can't remember a lot, Captain, but you remember that. You remember manipulation tactics. They all hug because Monica is sad. They realize that Dar-Benn is stealing resources from all the places that Captain Marvel loves, because her next place is a place called Aladna, which sounds like Aladdin. It's not. It's Aladna. Over 99% water. water, which to me doesn't make sense. Please explain it. It's like there's a teeny tiny little landmass and a lot of people. Do they have midsummer like rules where like when you hit a certain age, you gotta jump off a cliff of some sort? I need to understand how this place works. How does it work? It seems like they could spare water. That seems like it could work. And it didn't seem like Hala was that big, to be real. So Kamala's family is in space. They're hanging out at Saber because their house is destroyed. Kamala's up in space with Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau, and they decide they need to figure out these powers. So they're doing the switching, and it's cute, and it's to the song Intergalactic by Beastie Boys, and I'm here for it. After they figured out switching, they finally land down on Aladna. Like I said, I wish they spent more time here and explained it further. Their language is song. Everybody's singing. Everybody has a beautiful operatic Broadway-esque voice, top notch. They also do not explain what do the native people of this planet look like. Like every person looks so different. It's very confusing. Marvel, I don't understand if you're trying to make a statement or if this is the genetic makeup of these people or what is happening. I don't understand. They don't explain anything. Captain Marvel does not tell them that they sing the whole time. I think that's rude. She should have prepared them. She just told them there was some sort of like a ceremony. That's an understatement. Also, how did the announcer guy know that they were called the Marvels? Their song, Captain Marvel tells the prince that the Kree are coming and they're about to steal all their water. And so he's like, well, that's not good. And she's like, yeah, could you help us with some outfits? He's like, cool, I got you. He does. He gives them some outfits. And later on, we find out that Kamala's scarf is a weapon. And we see Monica Rambeau like tearing off different parts of her outfit before they got into the fight because she's like, this is too much. Girl, that probably was maybe a bomb. What are you doing? They're fighting the Kree, but fortunately, Kamala's kind of out of most of the main fighting, which is good because she's an underage kid. Don't put her in direct danger. Also, she has the other bracelet that Darben is desperately trying to get to do things, and don't do that. So everybody's fighting, and they're trying to convince Darben to stop doing what she's doing because it's causing problems all over the galaxy. Stop it. Be more considerate. She's like, no, I am trying to save my planet. You took everything from everything I loved. I'm gonna take everything from everything you love, Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel's like, oh, that's sad. All of the water starts getting sucked up out of this shady ass portal, and they're about to get missiled. So Kamala puts them through the jump point, and they end up on this desert planet. And Captain Marvel finally tells the other Marvels, yo, I am the Annihilator. Kinda suck, bro. Took out all their resources, and I've been running ever since. And when I tell you they immediately forgive her because family. Call bullshit. The Marvels are like, we need Fury's help. So they go to Saber and they link up with everybody. Everything on Saber is like shutting down because of all the jump points. The jump points are messing everything up. Kamala's family is there. And there's also these mysterious eggs. Turns out Goose was pregnant. Who got Goose pregnant? Who knows? Makes a bunch of little tiny gooses. So since Saber is disabling and shutting down and there's not enough escape pods, they have to use all the little newborn kitties to escape, which is kind of adorable. I'm not very mad at that. All of Saber escapes to Earth, and the Marvels go back to their spaceship. And they're like, yo, we're gonna have to fight Darben. We're gonna have to do it. So she doesn't steal our son. I forgot to mention that she wants to steal our son as the final blow. I can't really blame her, man. Like, she has a point. She meets up with the three Marvels, and they're like, don't do it. She's like, I'm gonna do it. Don't do it. I think they're on the Kree ship, but they're like, don't do it. Think she's about to die for a bit. Captain Marvel is like, yo, let me get that bracelet. So she tries to lift the rock so she can get the bracelet. Darben pops up, haha, and is like, I'm about to kill Kamala if you don't give me that other bracelet though. She's like, oh snaps. She gets both bracelets. She's about to put them together. Captain Marvel's like, plot twist, jumps at her, won't let her put her hands together. But now Darben is too strong. She got two bracelets. Captain Marvel just like pushes her further out into space. Darben literally like explodes. Was it worth it? Maybe. I don't think so. Darben is unalive. Fortunately, Captain Marvel grabs both the bracelets so that Kamala has a shiny new pair of bracelets. Thank you. Now she's double the trouble. But now there's like a huge hole in space through the space-time continuum. They have to blast Monica Rambeau with all of their might. She has to go off into space and fix that hole, basically a hole leading to another dimension. Monica gets trapped over there, of course, makes Captain Marvel feel terrible. She feels awful. Got a lot to feel bad about. Everybody's sad because they think that Monica's dead. She's not dead. She's just in another dimension. This is a comic book story. Anything can happen, and it will. Kamala's family is very proud of her. I love Kamala's family. Captain Marvel decides to fix Hala's sun. She goes and punches it, and it reactivates the sun's core. I don't know who this movie is for. It's definitely not for scientists, but it's not for not scientists. Is it for me? It's for me. She punches their son back to life, and Hala is beautiful once again. They got the water, they got the sun, they got the air. It's good. And then back on Earth, Captain Marvel has decided to give Kamala and her family Monica Rambeau's childhood home. I don't know why that's so funny to me. That ain't your house. What are you doing? Kamala is going to be starting a teenage crime fighting force with, I think it's the Green Arrow. Is that a character? It's somebody's daughter that shoots arrows, and also Ant-Man's daughter. They're going to start a team, which is cool. But what about the Marvels? I don't know. Who knows? They just need to constantly give you more and more and more things to watch. We got an end credit scene. Monica wakes up in a hospital room. Her mom is right next to her. Her mom doesn't recognize her though. She does not have time for this child. Her mom is the same age as her because I think she has the same thing that Carol has. She clearly has powers because she takes off the blanket and she's wearing a superhero costume. Why did she get a blanket? Was it for the reveal? Also, Beast from X-Men is there, which is really cool because I love Kelsey Grammer. And that's how the movie ends. I wanted to like this movie, and I wish Marvel was better than it is right now, but I did enjoy it. I'll watch it again too. And I'm definitely going to watch Ms. Marvel now. If you have any suggestions for movies I should watch and review, please say down in the comments what you want me to watch. I'm going to listen. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and have a good day. Bye.